What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's reaction video is 10 taboo questions in the US. Never asked these questions apparently. Going to be interesting whether these are the same as the UK.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if it's kind of like the same
kind of
thing, like kind of you don't go there.
Yeah, you just don't go there. Or if there's going to be some which you can't ask in the US, you can ask in the UK.
And ones that potentially we think like, well, why?
Why can you ask that?
But I'm guessing this video is 15 minutes long and it's 10 questions, so I'm guessing it's going to go into detail about why you should.
Yeah, it's only 10 questions. I knew this video was 15 minutes long, and I kind of just read the title. I know I did just say 10.
Yeah.
It's taboo questions.
Okay, yeah, so it'd be interesting to see if she explains, kind of goes into detail about what.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
why you can't use them and things. Because it's a long video for 10 questions. So
definitely, I completely
Which will be
agree
good
with that.
though, because it'd be interesting to see why you can't say that.
Yeah, and it should be an in-depth video on each one. So let's get straight into it. If you guys want to see more videos like this, let us know in the comments. Smash that like button as always. Let's try and set a like goal on this one. 2,000 likes?
Yeah.
Let's try and hit 2,000 likes on this video. That's quite a good target, 24, isn't it? So try and get 2,000 likes. We'd seriously appreciate it. Let us know in the comments what other videos you want us to react to. We're always looking for ideas, aren't we?
Yeah.
We do have a list, but sometimes when an idea jumps out at us,
we'll do it first.
We just got to do it, haven't we?
Because the thing is we do videos that we want to do. Like
that's the
it's not
thing.
a strict job for us. This is just fun, so we're just doing what we
Exactly.
enjoy. So it won't be everyone's cup of tea, but it's our cup of tea. So.
If you don't like it, click off the video. It's as simple as that. But it's our cup of tea.
Don't do that.
It's going to be super interesting. Well, if you don't like it, there's no point watching, isn't it? But you guys are absolute legends. Let's get into 10 taboo questions in the US. Never asked these questions, apparently. What we got?
Hi, I'm Vanessa from SpeakEnglishWithVanessa.com. Be careful what you say. Let's talk about it. When you have conversations with people from other cultures, it's really important to be respectful of that person's culture.
Definitely.
Of course, when we're talking with people from our own culture, we should be respectful too. But it's a little bit more complicated when we're talking with people from different backgrounds, because maybe you don't know which topics are acceptable to talk about or which topics are taboo. Taboo means that if you talk about that topic in the wrong context, people will feel really uncomfortable. It's inappropriate, it's just not polite. So today I'd like to help you learn 10 questions that you absolutely should not ask in American culture. You
know what? I thought of one already, which I can almost guarantee is going to be on the list. Politics. Don't ask.
In my head I was thinking like the age question.
Okay,
like
yes, that makes sense.
Information like that.
Definitely.
Like, but yeah, I'd be interested to see, because only 10.
Only 10 again.
And
it's
I
a long
can think of
video.
there's like 100 going through my head right now.
Yeah, so politics, that's got to be on the list. The age one, and then you could go kind of very similar. Weight, height, potentially.
Like personal information, like I don't know.
Income.
Yeah,
and
like
stuff like
family life. Like married, all that sort of thing, and be interesting.
No, definitely. So let's get into it. But I'm pretty sure politics is definitely going to be in it. We'll see.
Topics might be okay if you're talking with someone who you're really, really close to, but that's not really the situation that we're talking about here. For this lesson, we're going to imagine 3 situations. Number 1, you run across someone that you know at the grocery store. Don't ask these questions. Or you are talking with a coworker in the office. Don't ask these questions. Or maybe you're going out for coffee with a new friend or a coworker or someone you don't know that well. Don't ask these questions. Let's go to our first topic in question. Topic number 1 is politics.
Okay, there we go.
Have you never seen this before?
No, I haven't seen this before. But
yeah, it's just kind of a no-brainer. I think that's kind of the same here. I mean, it's not thought
nowhere
of as,
near on the same level.
No, it's not thought of as rude here, but it's like everyone's like, oh, don't go on the politics conversation. And
over here, people just are bored of it. That's the attitude over here. It's like, I really don't want to talk about politics.
Can't be bothered to talk about it.
But in the US, again, you guys let us know in the comments, there's just such a divide at the moment between the left and right that it's just a no-go zone pretty much. And I did do one video. I did a reaction to a video which I don't think it's on the channel anymore, and it wasn't directly talking about it. I can't remember what it were, but it was basically talking about the parties and what states or which certain ones. And nah, don't go near politics. Definitely not. Don't speak to you legends about politics. I imagine some people will be sound about it, but it's just one of them subjects. You just don't go near.
You don't start the conversation, but if one of them started it with you, it's different, isn't it?
I just
but I doubt they would.
Try and avoid it, definitely. Yeah. But whereas in the UK, if it's brought up, no one has an issue with it being brought up. Everyone's just fed up with it, like, oh, come on, can't we talk about footy or something like that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
should not ask are, who are you voting for?
Yeah.
Or who did you vote for? So this
kind
just
of rude,
depends
isn't it?
when the election was.
Yeah, I
if
feel
it was
like
in the
that's
past, or
that's in the UK too, I'd say.
Yes.
Like you wouldn't tend to. I don't know.
You wouldn't
if
really
you
ask
would.
them questions.
No.
You would with your mates though.
Yeah, but like with randomers, you wouldn't. It's just a bit rude, isn't it? It's just
Yeah.
Not your. It's nothing to do with you. It's none of your business.
Definitely.
that
I
sort of
agree with
vibe.
that as well.
or if it's going to be in the future. Even though this year is a presidential election year in the US, and if you turn on the news,
This
you'll
year?
see so much information.
It was obviously with Biden and Trump
Okay.
last year, a year and a half ago, I think.
I was gonna say, I swear you just got a new president.
about this. We don't really talk about our personal voting choices unless it's with really, really, really close friends. On the other hand, Americans love bumper stickers and yard signs.
I was just gonna
You
say
might
this
see on the back of someone's
because
car.
I've seen, like, from whatever YouTubers I've watched, they always get a sticker saying I voted, and they always post everywhere. So they like you to know that they voted.
That's good.
They just don't want you just don't want you to know who they voted for.
Yeah, but I like that because it's the whole message of trying to get
It's
people
your
to go and
America,
vote.
so you pick who you want. It's that kind
Yeah.
of like you go and vote.
Yeah, because
for whatever you
make your
believe
vote
in.
count.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I like them messages because it's not they're not saying you have to vote for this side. Not that it's saying I don't care who you vote for.
Just go and have a vote.
Go and have your
a
say.
Yeah.
Like potentially for some people they don't
Yeah.
care, which is again I'm not the person to tell them they have to care. But if you care, go and do your vote.
I
Go
wish we
for
got
it.
stickers.
I mean, maybe I'm going to buy you a sticker next time we.
Well, it says I vote.
Yeah, I voted
voted.
when Jersey has one.
Yeah.
Biden, or on the back of someone's car, Trump, or a sign in someone's yard that says something similar about who they're voting for. But even if someone has a bumper sticker or a sign in their yard, they probably don't want to debate you about who you should vote for or who they're voting for. Usually this is still considered an inappropriate topic to ask about. Topic number 2, family. Are you married? Why not? Do you have kids?
'Kay.
Why not? Are you
If this
pregnant?
is- If
These
this is a
topics are
thing in America, then why do you keep asking us if we're getting married? You don't leave us alone.
I think the big.
I mean, we're not offended. Like
Yeah. Oh yeah. I ain't got an issue.
the big one on that list is
But why
why
not?
not? Why like asking somebody if they have kids could be
Why
a
is
general
it, though?
conversation. But if I said to you, if I saw someone on the street and I went, "Oh, do you have any kids?" And if they said no, it would be so rude to tell them and be like, "Well, why? Why don't you have kids? Why are you
Again,
not married?"
it kind of depends, doesn't it? If you're talking to somebody, like, even if you didn't know them too well and you're chatting and then they'd introduce you to their girlfriend or whatever, and then you're, oh, well, you two married? Or later on, and it's like,
feel like
nah,
that's a common
why
thing,
not
yeah.
potentially is just a, oh,
Because it could be like,
reason
you don't
why?
believe- yeah,
Don't
it's-
believe it? I guess like,
In
it
the
can be
UK, I don't
perceived
think
as rude.
it's that
I don't-
rude.
yeah.
The pregnant one, I definitely and I would never ask someone if they're pregnant because it's just too much of a.
You just can't get it wrong, can you?
Because I mean, like sometimes you can, even if you can, like tell,
Just in case
just-
they're just fat.
you
know
just
what I mean?
can't. I just feel like
You can't risk it, can you?
it'd be too. It's too much of a. That's too much of a personal.
Definitely not. With the do you have kids as well, but why could be a bit dodgy because it could
Yeah,
potentially be health reasons
And
and
also,
stuff.
yeah, they could not be able to have kids, and it's, if you're saying that, it's like they've got. I feel like they have to tell you that, which is their
Yeah.
information, not yours.
But again, I feel like I potentially would ask that, not in a mean way. I just naively ask it, and then if there was any like hesitation, but oh, don't worry about it, man. I'll just try and
Yeah.
move it. I wouldn't do it in
Yeah.
a like a.
I feel like the
why
married,
not?
why not? Why are you not married? One isn't.
Yeah,
I mean, you guys say it to us all the time, so you can't be offended.
yeah.
Like,
Let us know in
yeah.
the comments what you guys think of that, because that is a very
we've
good
not had
point.
the other two. I'm glad we haven't had the last one. That makes me feel really good.
Considered personal, especially if it's somebody who you've just met. I know that these types of family questions are considered no problem in other cultures, but in the US, these are personal and sensitive. Imagine this situation. Someone really wants to have kids and they've been trying to have kids and they can't. Or maybe they had a miscarriage, which means that they were pregnant and then the baby died. This is a really sensitive situation. And
there's
if you
grey areas,
casually
isn't
ask them, oh, why don't you have kids? Or when are you going to have kids? This really touches something inside
It's
of them.
definitely a
that's
way you can say the
hard.
question. Saying, do you not have kids? Whereas I feel like saying, do you have kids? And then leaving it there when the answer is like, fine.
And are you planning on
personally.
having any kids anytime soon? Just in
I don't
general
even know
chat.
if I'd
You planning
say
on having any?
Yeah. But I feel like the why not question makes it sound like you're judging them.
Definitely. And again, it's a contest. Like, let's say
Yeah.
a co-worker you haven't really chatted to much, you've got your
Just making
kids there.
conversation.
Yeah, let's say you've got your kids there and they come over, oh, your kids are nice, whatever. Go, oh, are you planning on having any time soon?
Or you see them with their kids and you're like, are you married?
Yeah, I think it's just a situation. I feel like if the
and
situation
the way you say
and the way you say it and your intentions with the question.
last one's a no-go. But
it's not an issue for us because we know we wouldn't be saying it in a mean way, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but some people, and also I feel like you just don't know people's circumstances, do you?
Very true.
To talk about. So unless you are a really, really close friend, I recommend not asking, are you married? Why not? Do you have kids? Why not? Just as a little notice, especially as someone who recently had a baby a couple months ago, never, never, never ask a woman if she is pregnant. Do you know what this means? This means
you think I'm fat.
Your tummy is visibly big.
Yeah.
Well, they could be pregnant, but what if they're not? What if they're just a little bit overweight? Or what if they just had a baby and they still have a little tummy? Well, this could be a really uncomfortable situation. I saw a funny quote once that said, never ask a woman if she's pregnant. Even if she is actively in labor, don't ask her until you see the baby. Maybe this is a little bit of an exaggeration.
I feel like if they're on the bed about to give birth, they're pretty safe.
You better be 100% sure that they are pregnant. And it's a little bit safer to let them bring up this topic anyway. Maybe if you're having a conversation and you see that they're probably pregnant, wait until they say, oh yeah, I've been feeling really tired lately, or I'm feeling the baby's kicks. Okay, now it's a safe topic. Our next taboo topic is sexuality. If a man mentions something about his boyfriend, or a woman mentions something about her girlfriend, do not ask, oh, are you gay? This is the 21st century.
I can
it is not
never,
shocking, or it should not be shocking.
Say that.
Yeah, it's just something you don't ask, is it?
I mean, it's pretty clear. If they're telling you that they've got a boyfriend and they're a man, then why are you even asking that question?
Yeah.
Why do you need to ask that?
Exactly. It's like, I wouldn't say...
Like, it's just a stating
like
the obvious. We don't need to tell people and be rude.
It's the exact same as me going to you going...
my girlfriend. Oh, so you're
Millie,
straight?
My girlfriend.
Are you
Wait, straight? Are you sure? I mean, I do give off potentially not straight vibes at times.
That's the real reason I stepped in, guys. Just to show you the real James.
I don't think many people, but you're straight.
Just no
when
need.
someone is gay. Just a little quick note. If a man or woman says, my partner, talking about the person who they live with, this doesn't always mean that it's a same-sex partner. It might mean this, but it could just mean that they are in a committed...
What?
Oh, my partner.
What's got to do with same sex?
No, I'm saying, because she said it's not typically meaning same sex, but some people that are not same-sex relationships do use it as
definitely.
well.
I agree. I don't think I've ever said partner.
No.
I don't think. I normally say just missus.
Yeah.
That's what I say. I don't think I've ever word, but I would happily use it. I ain't got an issue with that.
Yeah.
But I've heard people say it again. My partner.
I never realised that people would say it more commonly if they're not married but committed. But that makes sense because if you're older, and you're not married, you wouldn't want to. You'd rather say that than say like.
They are your partner.
Yeah.
They're not married, are they? So
yeah.
Which is obviously changing. Times is changing now, but a few years ago it was more common if you were gay or
to not say my boyfriend,
my husband or my wife because you couldn't get married. You know what I mean? Obviously times are changing, so my partner was the substitute, I guess.
Yeah.
Long-term relationship. Sometimes if you are living with someone and you are committed to them, you don't want to call them just your boyfriend or your girlfriend.
My partner.
In this way, it's a little bit casual, it's not so serious. So if you are in a same-sex relationship, or if you are not and you just aren't married, well, you could call them my partner. So if you happen to be talking with someone and they say, oh yeah, I need to call my partner and ask them about this. It doesn't mean necessarily that it's a same-sex partner. It might mean that, it might not. But in any situation, it's not polite to say, oh, are you gay?
Definitely not.
Just take it in stride. Our next taboo topic is religion. I don't recommend asking, do you go to church? Or saying, don't do this, it's a sin. Even though the US has a reputation for being potentially more religious than some other countries.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever asked anyone their religion.
It's just a private thing, isn't it, between you and your religion?
Exactly.
Nobody used to know. It doesn't affect anybody else.
Completely agree.
It's still not considered acceptable to ask someone what their religion is. Now, Americans will sometimes mention, oh, after I went to church, we went to the park. Something about going to church, and it's acceptable to mention it yourself, but not really to ask someone else about it. Where I live in the south of the US, it's generally more a religious place, but that's because the majority of people are Protestant Christians, so they expect that everyone else has the same religion, which, is not quite realistic, but, that's the mindset. When my family first moved to the south of the US, the maintenance man who was installing our refrigerator asked my mom, "Have you found a church yet?" We were shocked because in the north of the US, this is not common to talk about. It's not expected that you would go to church, and it's especially not expected that you would ask someone about this. So even if you're in the south of the US and someone asks you, I don't recommend you asking yourself because it's a little bit less acceptable.
Me personally, I wouldn't have an issue with them. If in the south,
if
where
anyone
it
asked
is,
me, I wouldn't have an issue with anyone saying, "Do I go to church?" I feel like
the issue would come if I said no,
and they
and
started
then
being
off with your no, you have to go. That's my issue. I ain't got an issue.
It's like someone forcing you to do it.
Exactly.
I've not got an issue
on.
if you wanted to ask me my religion, if I go to church or not.
It's just what context and what comes after it is the main thing, isn't it?
Yeah, because everyone's entitled to
their own opinion, definitely.
Next taboo topic is race. I don't recommend asking, where are you really from?
Oh, that's worded bad, isn't it?
Especially when someone is obviously from the US. The US is such a diverse place.
That'd really piss me off if someone asked me that.
It's just a question that
people wouldn't ask me that.
Any form of asking someone where they're from is bad, but saying where are you really
from?
Like if you're born, obviously people have different backgrounds, races and things like that, but you can be born in the US still.
Definitely.
You don't say where are you really from? They're from the US. What do you mean?
Well, yeah, no, I get what I mean. I mean the heritage,
where the parents from, maybe grandparents.
And it may just be a genuine question, but just the really kind of
sounds like you're not actually you're not actually American. So where are you from?
So horrible question.
All sorts of backgrounds, all sorts of types of heritage. Even if it was their great-great-grandparents who moved to the US. A lot of people have different looks, different backgrounds, different cultures, but they are still all American. This question often gets asked to my Asian American friends. So, for example, I have a friend who, when I first met her, I thought, oh, she looks Korean, but she didn't have any type of accent. She seemed completely like someone from the US. So I didn't really ask her, are you Korean? That would have been a little bit rude and presumptive. So instead, I just didn't say anything. I didn't even ask her, what's your heritage? This is a slightly more polite question, but only when you're talking about
but still, none of your business.
Family.
Yeah, none of your business. I feel like close friends, you can do that.
Friends would probably tell you.
Yeah, you ain't got an issue. By the way, I'm curious.
Yeah, I feel like you don't just ask random people that.
There's no need. You don't need to know. It's none of your business. Definitely.
Family's background already. So instead of asking her this, I just thought, it doesn't matter. Why would I need to ask this? And one day when I was at her house, I saw a little picture or painting on the wall with some Korean writing. And I said, oh, cool. I used to live in Korea. Have you been there? I saw that picture in your kitchen with some Korean writing. And she said, oh, my mom was adopted from Korea. This type of situation is extremely common in the US. My friend has pretty much no cultural connection to Korea. Her mom has almost no cultural connection to Korea too, except that she lived there when she was very, very young before she was adopted. So if I had asked my friend, hey, where are you really from? Are you from Korea? She probably would have felt like, I don't belong here. This isn't my home, but really it is. She is American just like anybody else. So this question can make people feel pretty uncomfortable. I personally recommend waiting until they mention something, or just don't worry about it. Don't ask about it, and if they mention something, cool. If they don't, go with the flow. Our next taboo topic is money. I don't recommend asking, how much money do you make?
I feel like that is
or
just...
how much was some kind of expensive item, maybe like...
So the first one, no.
Worldwide, probably.
No, you don't ask anyone how much money they make. Second one,
it all depends, doesn't it?
who you're talking to, and I feel like always adding in if you don't mind.
Yeah,
is a key part. Like we'd ask our friend, say if our friend brought a car, we'd say, "Oh, do you mind me asking
perfect
how much
example
your
of
car
this
is?"
happened the other day to me on Friday. Mate at work, gym, literally just something small like a gym membership, and he literally said, "Oh, Jimbo," calls me Jimbo. How much is your membership? If you and literally he said, if you don't mind me asking, which again is a weird thing to me. I'm like, you're just asking me a gym membership. Yeah, of course you can know. And I
think with money, it's always
fine.
Everyone always feels a bit weird asking.
Yeah, definitely. But he did add the if I don't mind asking. I was like, yeah, this is how much. I ain't got an issue with you knowing.
So like I asked my friend because she's got a car that I like. I asked her, if you don't mind, how much did you pay for that car?
Or just roughly what in the region.
Just give me like a rough estimate. But I feel like that one is a bit.
It depends on the person
who you're
as
talking
well,
to,
doesn't it?
And the first one's just a worldwide no.
Yeah, first one worldwide no.
No one needs to know. It's none of their business, and it's such a personal.
Exactly. Fair enough if you want to advertise it. I ain't got an issue if someone wanted to tell me, and I'm not going to care. Like fair enough if you do well.
Yeah, but I feel like actually asking somebody
going out of my way when you not even talk. Oh, Bo, how much money do you make? I saw you got a nice watch on yours. How much do you make? You know what I mean?
That's just rude.
It's
just
rude.
Like a car. Sometimes people will add this expression, if you don't mind me asking, before asking about money. I did this a couple weeks ago when my neighbor hired a babysitter, and I was curious how much she charged, or how much the babysitter charged to watch her kids. I didn't really want to directly ask her, hey, how much money did you give the babysitter? So I asked, if you don't mind me asking, can I ask how much she charged? This is very indirect. I'm asking her about
because you're giving them the option
of potentially an expensive thing, some babysitting services, but I'm asking her in an indirect way. When I hired that babysitter, I could say, well, how much do you charge? This is very direct. It's fine. This is a business transaction. But when it's someone else who's making that purchase, it's better to use this expression or just not ask at all. We never really ask, how much money do you make? Talking directly about personal income. Yeah, it's not really a popular topic or a comfortable topic. Our final taboo topic is appearance. I don't recommend asking, are you feeling tired today? Oh, you look tired. Are you feeling okay? Did you lose weight? Did you gain weight?
See, that bottom question I feel like people ask. The lose weight.
Obviously, you never go as well, oh, you've put on a bit of weight recently, mate. Unless you're really close friends. That makes sense.
You're doing it for like, you're looking out
for, are you okay, mate? You put a bit of weight on.
Did you lose weight thing? I think people in the UK are
definitely.
saying,
you haven't seen someone in ages.
In fairness, to be fair, so we went to your grandma's, at Christmas. She's like, oh, have you lost some weight? And I'm actually happy that someone's actually noticed.
Yeah, it makes you feel good and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, you feeling tired today? That one's a bit of a weird one because it's like, oh, you're feeling tired. But, oh, you look tired. Are you feeling okay? I ain't got an issue with that.
No, I'm not really bothered, to be fair. I look like.
But again, it's like perfect example. I know, again, it's crossing the line of whether you've been ill or not. But the other week when I was ill, and I did go in to work for half the morning.
And it's like, well, what does that mean?
Yeah, and it was just, and Muncie came down and was just like, you look tired. Are you feeling all right, mate? Because he knew I'd been off as well, and I did look very tired.
Yeah.
And I didn't take offence to it because I knew I looked tired.
Yeah, and when if you're ill, people say you don't look well.
Yeah.
So what does not looking well look like?
I guess it is a fine line of, if you're not actually ill, it could offend someone.
Yeah, so somebody actually said to me once before, oh, you not feel well, like you don't look well, and I was like, no, I just haven't got makeup on today.
That's brutal. That's what I mean, it's a fine line. But
they felt bad, but I didn't take offence. I don't.
It depends who you're talking to, I guess.
Like for us, I feel like it doesn't.
Yeah, it don't bother me.
We're not that bothered.
Yeah.
If you don't like what we don't like.
And with the, are you feeling tired today? That would normally come after a yawn or something like that. Of course I'm feeling tired, I'm yawning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I get that.
The feeling tired one is like a kind of like a, well, they're not saying what you look like, so why? Are you feeling tired because you could just be...
And normally something provokes that question.
Yeah, so you could yawn or you could just be a bit
lackadaisy, something like that. So I ain't got an issue with any of them.
Drinking more tea than usual.
Not gain weight, but more tea or coffee. Yeah, no, have a coffee. Are you feeling tired today?
I'd never ask someone if did they gain weight.
Yeah, unless you're close mates, you're looking out for them. That's it, isn't it?
Not acceptable. If you're really concerned about someone, maybe one of your coworkers is looking a lot more tired than usual, or maybe you realize that they really lost a lot of weight and you are seriously concerned about them. We don't talk about this in just casual passing conversation. Instead, pull them aside or talk with them privately, and with a lot of care in your heart, you can ask them, hey, I'm a little worried about you. You look kind of a lot more tired than usual the last couple days. What's going on? Are you okay? Did you notice the tone of my voice is very serious? This is not casual conversation. You're not just asking.
But if you're not tired, it kind of come off a little patronising. Kind of a little bit.
But it's better than them just in front of everyone just going, you look a bit tired, mate. And then everyone's aware and you're like, no, I'm not. You just kind of like, just making sure, kind of showing you care, I guess.
I'd feel awkward, I think.
Yeah. Everyone's different. Each your own, I guess, isn't it?
I'd rather you just not tell me. If I'm tired, you'll know because I'm yawning.
Care. Instead, you are very serious and you are telling them personally. So make sure that if you ask these questions, it is in the correct context with someone who you really care about, not just in passing. A little special note talking about appearance, especially for men directing comments towards women. I don't recommend saying something so direct as, wow, you look really beautiful. This is usually considered...
Again, this is talking about workplace people and all that. She did say at the start the 3 rules. Obviously, I'd say to you, but I wouldn't walk in and just say that to a random person.
No, you better not.
Yeah, obviously you wouldn't like that as well. But it's just, even if, let's say I was single, I still wouldn't say that. That is weird. You know what I mean?
It is a bit creepy.
Yeah, definitely is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Again, people will say it's a compliment. Let us know in the comments, each to your own. But to a random person who you hardly speak to, creepy.
Yeah, I feel like if someone said it to me in person, I'd be a bit like...
cheers, mate.
Okay,
weird.
Like, I got a boyfriend.
Yeah, definitely very strange.
Considered flirting. If you are flirting with them and you want to ask them out on a date, okay, go ahead. But
that's different,
if you're just in the office and you want to, you notice, oh wow, you look great today. Be careful being so enthusiastic about it.
Because
wow,
I feel like
you look so
women
beautiful
take it
today.
differently. Women take it as flirting.
Yeah, well, no,
Not all
I ain't got an
women.
issue if they're flirting, because if a person doesn't like flirting, but just say no. But it is just a bit creepy. Like, someone who you potentially hardly ever speak to is just turn around going, wow, you look really beautiful today, and then carry on with the day. You're like, what? It is a bit creepy.
Yeah.
But flirting's fine. If you want to flirt, if they don't like it, but don't, obviously if you're single, talking about here, it's absolutely fine.
Thanks for making sure that. Thank you very much.
Instead, it's considered more polite to compliment maybe their haircut or their clothes. Oh, did you get a new haircut? It looks great. Wonderful. Or, oh, that's a nice shirt. I love those colors. This is more indirect. If you want to compliment someone's appearance, especially for a man directed towards a woman, and you don't want them to feel uncomfortable because you're just coworkers or you're just friends and you're not trying to be romantic.
One of my co-workers that were a man said to me, that's a nice shirt. I don't know. I still think that's a bit...
That's definitely a lot less weird. Like, with a haircut thing as well, it's something which has visibly changed.
Yeah, the haircut thing I get. That I'd be fine with. I don't know. Personal opinion, I think.
Again, I guess it kind of depends what shirt it is. If it's a very revealing shirt, then it's weird.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if it's just a normal t-shirt, nothing really, and it's got a logo on it or anything like that.
I don't know.
Or it's a cool design.
I just feel like if you're not flirting and you're doing it, just be nice. I don't know why you're commenting on it. Do you get what I mean?
No, I get that. But if someone, like a lad, comes in at work, he's got a logo or a shirt, I'm like, oh, that's a nice shirt, mate.
Yeah, it's different from man to man, I think.
It can be perceived as the same thing for a shirt.
Yeah, I suppose.
But again, like if it's obviously revealing stuff like that, then it starts being along the lines of a really beautiful, creepy kind of way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let us know what you guys think about it, because we're a little bit divided on that, aren't we?
I feel like because it's coming from a woman.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Definitely. Let us know what you guys think in the comments, because again, you are a woman as well, so you...
Really? Am I?
Wow, breaking news, guy. Breaking news!
Breaking news!
I never wanted to ask, you know. I didn't want to ask for... What you were.
I don't want
you can't assume in 2022. You know what
I am a female.
Take towards them. Well, you can compliment them indirectly. Their hair, their clothes, something like this. Actually, that was not the last topic. I got a little distracted because I heard my baby crying. So he's going to join me for this last taboo topic. We're going to end on a light note. Death. I do not recommend
let's just bring my baby in for death.
He's going to die soon.
Yeah, you can't ask that.
I think he's going to die soon.
Oh, why would you even want to ask that?
Too rude. Yes, death is an essential part of being.
I don't think anyone would want to. I feel like that's a panicky. You're in the situation, you're grieving, and it's a panic. You've accidentally said it like that. You haven't meant it. Or if you are just trying to say that, you said it completely wrong. But definitely not acceptable.
I feel like she's meaning like if it's an old person. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I think so. Do you think he's gonna die, or potentially in the hospital or something like that?
But I feel like if it's say if like your family member in the bed or whatever, and you're asking the nurses and things, it's not rude. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, die's a bit harsh though, isn't it?
Do you think he's going to pass away?
Pass away is... Yeah, no, I agree with that. Yeah, I think die is just a little bit too harsh.
Yeah, I don't like the word die.
Definitely.
Being alive, being a human, being a being, but we do not say it in such direct terms. Instead, if you want to talk about
Pass away.
death,
Pass away, yeah, there you
can
go.
use a more indirect expression to pass away. You might say, sorry, I was gone from work last week. My grandmother passed away, and I
would
to
say
travel
pass
to
away.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say died.
Yeah, I wouldn't say die. It's just way too brutal,
Pass
isn't
away,
it?
yeah.
Definitely.
That baby is so cute.
In this situation, you're saying pass away, much more polite to say. If someone says this
Look at
to
him watching
you,
his
how
mum's
can
hands.
you react to show that you care? You can simply say, oh, I'm so sorry, or I'm sorry for your loss. You don't need to go on and on. Those two common polite expressions are really enough. You say it from your heart and you mean it. Now you might be wondering, if I can't talk about all these taboo topics, what can I talk about? Well, really, the possibilities are endless. You could talk about your weekend plans. You could talk about that time you broke your arm when you fell out of a tree as a kid. You could talk about how you wish you could go to New York on a vacation. You could talk about how octopuses are pretty much the smartest animal in the world. The possibilities are endless. If you'd like to know how to start a conversation with anyone,
Well, if you guys want to check this channel out, the link will be in the description as always. I just go to Footy if I want to talk. If there's
every time we get in a taxi, it's always the small little like awkward bit, and then to break the awkward silence, he starts talking about football.
Yeah, because it's a common ground. If I don't know about Footy, then I don't know. I go on to something. Oh, it's kind of like, oh, where are you from? Because it's normally in Jersey. It's normally like you have people from England. You know what I mean? So it's like you can hear a Liverpool accent, like, oh, where are you from? You know what I mean? Not in a way that sounded really bad because we've just done these taboo questions.
Yeah, but also, I don't think saying where you're from in Jersey is such a big thing because typically people aren't from Jersey that live in Jersey.
And I don't mean it as in, that could be anyone. Like, if you got in the car and I met you for the first time and you had a Liverpool accent.
Jersey? Yeah, you can tell in Jersey that they're, with the accents, that
Definitely.
I feel like in the UK we know where the different accents are from.
Yeah, and I kind of pull it onto that because then they're like, they'll say, oh, no, I'm originally from Jersey. What about you? But, oh, no, I'm from Rotherham. And then you have a whole chat.
Because you're not originally from Jersey.
Because I'm not from Jersey. And it is just another icebreaker chat. So if a Footy don't work, I then go talk about locations pretty much. And then you just look at me like, what are you doing?
I never get in taxis by myself anyway, so I never have that thing. And if I get in a taxi with you,
I just do the talking.
He does all the talking for me anyway. So.
I enjoy that. Definitely a fun one just to compare. Some in there which don't apply to the UK. Vice
Some in there
versa.
that I think are worldwide.
Definitely. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you have, smash the like button, smash that subscribe button as well, you absolute legends. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.